So when you hear me speak and the things I say, I'm speaking to my people.
If you ask me, I'll tell you what is wrong with the world. We're being desensitized from the things we should feel. Living our lives in these times while we suffer inside, and we can't see the problems because the masses are blind. Let's try and find a solution. We're not helping ourselves. We're walking around unattached and disconnected from self. Too comfortable and too scared. That's why we never rebel. That's why we catch me writing rhymes and trying to balance the scales. Put car on the roads. It seems like Dawn of the Dead. Zombies, robots, lemons being misled. It's like we're sheep to the slaughterhouse on the conveyor belt, about to self-destruct because we're under a spell. We search for purpose, but nothing ever surfaces. We need to be accountable because we're deserving this. Alarm bells are ringing, but it's like you refuse to wake up. Subconsciously you're hitting on the snooze. It's just another day in this world while we're living under this spell. When you travel through realms, just make sure you prevail. Elevate for yourself. You need to stop sleepwalking. We're blinded by the rubbish and glamorized materials. Imperialism has got us fearing rules. I'm tired of these rappers rapping about their cars and jewels. If you take a step back, they will define buffoons. The saddest thing is that they're in the minds of all the children. They keep our money motivated and that's how they kill them. But do we care? No. Young money's here. That's why I aim this 2 inches above your earlobe, so we can all start pulling in the same direction. Cause it seems to me like we've lost that connection. Man, you've sold your soul, so you show no affection. Get to know yourself and love your reflection. It's like your brain's a phone and you got no reception. Arm your mind with knowledge, use it as a weapon. Alarm bells are ringing, but it's like you refuse to wake up. Subconsciously you're hitting on the snooze. It's just another day in this world while we're living under the spell. When you travel through realms, just make sure you prevail. Elevate for yourself. You need to stop sleepwalking.
There has to be some accountability. You have to have some self-account. You have to think for yourself. What am I going to do that's right for me, man? When am I going to take ownership for what I do to me and my people?
What's up, everybody? Back with another video. Hope everybody's doing well and swell. Hope everybody's, if y'all in, a hurricane area, everybody's good. Yeah, I made it back in record-breaking time from Florida. But I mean, I could have stayed where I'm at. It wasn't really nothing going on, but I don't trust, I don't trust the narratives. So, but shout out to all you guys. Yes, a bunch of sheepy went running last night to see the Northern Lights, and you know what? That's what I want. I mean, that's why I want to make the videos, touch on the video about. But all you got to do is do what I do. Is one thing about me is when I see something and I hear something, I'm going to research it. I don't do just like, oh, look it up. See me, I go into forums. I go into social media. I read comments. I look what's out there. And it's funny because every time I would open up yesterday, open up like Facebook app, right? Or YouTube, be some shit in there about the Northern Lights. Literally every single time I open up the Facebook, all right, it had somebody else posting photos of the Northern Lights. And I'm like, what the fuck? I always do research, and I did this before when the big Northern Light phenomenon was going on. All right, we should all know, most of us should know what aurora means, and you know, Barola, whatever the hell it, because the aurora borealis, right? And we all know it has to do with, you know, hey, it is what it is. You know, but the aurora signifies dawn, you know, light, you know, light of the dawn. It goes into Lucifer, it goes into Augustine, you know, Boreala, Augustine, Boreal, whatever the hell the name is. We've all come across it in our truthing. So right now, what is everybody doing? Running, gawking, and embodying the light of the dawn, right? That's what everyone's doing. Acknowledging it. It's a ritual. This is a ritual. Okay? It's a ritual. And it's so stupid because I'm like, okay. I'm seeing photos of people sending shit. I'm like, okay, let me go outside and look at what the fuck these people are looking at. Because I don't fucking see it. It may be just me. I don't know. I don't see it. I'm literally right by the fuck. I can fly the drone. It's over the lake. All right. I'm not far from Lake Ontario. All these pictures coming from Lake Ontario. I'm literally right there. I don't see shit but a little, like, looks like clouds. You know? Remember Demon Face? You know? Shit, like, they might see something that we can't. I'm just saying. But anyway, so I'm like, what the fuck? And I got all the filters and all that shit turned off on my phone so I could take real photos because I don't want AI fucking photos. All right. I don't want to. You could turn all that shit off. I don't want all that. So I put my phone up and I fucking look through it and then it becomes more green. Okay. But I take a picture. My photos look like nobody else's. And I'm like, okay, I'm right here. People are taking pictures right here. Why can't I see it? And it's all pictures. All you're seeing is pictures. Scroll the fucking internet. All you're going to see is pictures. And if you do get a video, it's going to be like some green, kind of look like the Matrix colors, like greenish. Not like a bright green, but like a dark green haze. You know, it looks just like smoke, kind of, if you take a video of smoke, right? That's what it looks like. Nobody's getting that kind of video. I haven't seen it yet. I see time lapse, but those are AI generated, right? And just like I put the in the thumbnail, they explain how what it does, the AI is doing, right? So it's kind of like AI is ushering in the light, right? I mean, look we have never seen this in our life. Never have you been able to. And that's another thing that people aren't like paying attention to. Like, we ain't never seen no shit like this. The aurora lights that way down in Texas, and they're promoting it. It's viral. That's what's trending on Twitter. Go to Twitter, same shit. Not Twitter, but go to X, same shit. It's all photos and then time lapse video. Photos and time lapse video. That's it. I already know. Okay, well, these you can't. And then you see comments were like, well, you can't see it with your eye. Like, okay, I can't see a motherfucking thing, you know. So pretty wild. Again, it's, hey, I mean, it is what it is. I tell you, between whatever is north and I know what's in south, this is some kind of energy. It can do a lot of different things. This shit might be able to control who the fuck knows what they got. But I know there's something in the north, and I already know there's something South Texas. 100%. There is something in South Texas, right around Port Isabel area and all that shit. If y'all ever been down there, know Eric Thompson. He lives down in McAllen, so he done been down there. If you've been to South Padre Island, you pass this shit where there's just nothing out there. Beautiful, but there's literally nothing out there. And then that's where SpaceX put its shit, right? And I've seen some of the SpaceX launches from there, and I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers are fucking with shit, because then they got all the windmills down there, all right? And we know the windmills, not me saying it, but emit frequencies. So, hey, I don't gotta be, some type of scientist to figure this shit out. And who knows what the fuck they got in the water, because that water down in that area, like off South Padre Island, isn't really busy with any kind of, because Mexico's right there. All right. And I don't know. I don't see a lot of boats of I don't know I never got into the Mexico and boating and shit. But I know even in Americans in South Texas, ain't a lot of bunch of boating going on off that coast. So who the fuck knows what is in the Gulf? And it could be shit in the Gulf we don't know about. They don't really talk about the Gulf, right? They don't really talk about the Gulf of Mexico as far as the waters, like deep in the waters. You don't really hear anything about it, and it really encompasses, it's like a pond, kinda, in the United States, south of all those places, from Texas all the way up, Mississippi, New Orleans, Louisiana, Florida, Alabama, they all touch that, So God knows what the fuck they even got in the water, some shit out deep in the water. Not deep in the water, but deep in the middle. We don't know. But you do notice like weather patterns around there. So weather stemming from out of there. So it's pretty crazy. Let me know if I'm live. It says 10 people in here, but somebody shoot me a thumbs up. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay, thanks. So yeah, pretty wild, but that's what everyone's talking about. Those are the pictures, everyone. Thank you, Linda. Paul Frey. Okay, thank you, Paul Frey. And then I always forget the name of this one, which I should know. But yeah, pretty wild stuff, man. Pretty wild stuff. Pretty wild stuff. Oh, Garrett, my bad. That's Garrett. So, pretty wild stuff. But yeah, that's all you're seeing is photos and toasty in here with the sun. The sun's shining bright. It's supposed to be a beautiful day. But yeah, that's all you're seeing is the videos. The photos everywhere. Everyone's like, oh, I'm like, what? I'm not seeing this. This is something. It's something. Okay. What's good, Yelagichi? So definitely some shit is they doing some shit. Okay. I tend to think it's some kind of like energy manipulation, spiritual, some deep spiritual shit, because everybody is viral and everybody's sharing it, showing up in the feeds. It has something to do with AI and us, okay, and in energy, bringing in more of this energy, right? And we are given, the thing about AI is we give AI a lot more credit than it actually is. And because my opinion, we're being made to believe, okay, in this AI. All right. So by us being made to believe in the AI, think about that. They need energy to go in it. They need to mix human energy in with the AI, right? So it could become some new type of messiah, right? When in reality is, if AI didn't come out of the fucking thin air, it's created by what? Humans. Humans created it. So think about that. Humans created the AI, right? So, I mean, come on. And remember, they have manipulated us through the movies, right? Remember, truth in movies, lies in the news, right? They have manipulated us through and programmed us through the movies, right? To be live, right? Think of it. You know? Think about it, right? So, some of people's concepts and understandings of it gives it more energy and power than it actually has, knowing that it's created by humans, okay? And some intelligent ass fucking humans in these realms and fields, which, you know, comes from the intelligence of the all, right? So you have that, and humans creating this AI, all right? And then, you know, oh, the machine's learning. Okay, well, it's data, right? I'm not a computer fucking, you know, whatever, but it's data collecting, storing, taking information in, right? We call it learning. It's going into a database, mainframe, whatever the fuck kind of the thing is, you know, it's being recorded somewhere, right? You know, it's being recorded, you know, like a kind of like an artificial Akashic records, right? Remember, CIA has controlled our minds, as we cannot, you know, just look that shit over. CIA has manipulated and controlled our minds through music, media, and television, and the internet. Okay, should be evident, and this aurora shit should show you, like, okay, we are being manipulated in some way, shape, or form. Stop, take a look. Shit, I go right outside, clear as fuck last night, clear as hell. I was like, man, I can't see shit. What these people looking at? You know, and I didn't want to go through my phones and then set all the fucking phone settings back, but I don't see shit. I don't see this, what they're talking about. I don't see it. Somebody else who understands, they don't see it either. You know, a couple other people message like, I don't see what y'all seeing. And then they're calling them, oh, you know, da da da. And then, you know, people that question, like, yo, y'all running to look at this shit. Like, y'all don't know. Those that know, somebody posted that right under one of the big vibrant pictures. She was like, I don't see that. If you know, you know. And I'm like, oh, there's somebody who knows what's up. You know. But I'm going to look at the forecast tonight. It's supposed to be clear. So I'm going to go out there I'm just going to be out there. I might even do a live stream. Say, look, what the fuck do y'all see? I might go down to the actual lake and say, see all the fucking sheep, right? Because they was down there. I'm like, I want to see this shit. I want to see, you know? And I'm like, look, you can't see it with your eye, but the phone, you can see it. And we already known this from a long time ago, because I used to use the camera on the phone to drive through when I'm traveling through dense fucking fog or snow blizzards, because you can see the road better, which is pretty crazy. But all it was doing was putting, you know, the artificial intelligence in the cameras. You know, it's pretty crazy. You know, pretty crazy. So, you know, I'm gonna do that. You know, tonight it's clear skies tonight. Let me see late last night when I woke up and seen this beautiful stars coming through the window. I'm like, oh, okay. I see stars and shit. I don't see no fucking green quasars and purple horseshoes. Like, these people seeing all this shit with their phones. I'm like, send a video. You know? Send a video. And then they get mad at me because I call the shit out. Exactly. You know? Exactly. And Paul Frey, COVID-19 certificate of vaccination. So, yep, so it's going to be closed. It's clear skies tonight. A little windy, but clear skies tonight. So I'm going to go out there, and I might do a live stream. I'm going to say, what the fuck is y'all looking at? Because I can't see it. And if your phone's taking a picture of it, listen, I can't fucking buy it. I can't believe it. I can't buy it. This is some weird-ass fucking mind manipulation. This is some shit deeper than I think we could even fucking begin to understand. But Thank you. I'll pass. It's not cool to me. It's not, you know, oh my God. Someone said, oh my God, I cried when I seen the auroras. I'm like, the same shit that these motherfuckers said during the eclipse. And now look at everything around us. Look at all the shit around us that's going on. You know? Think about it. Think about it. Between 10 and 10:30, I saw the whole sky turn on. Didn't need no camera. When you saw it, I didn't see it. I saw shit look like smoke. I didn't see these vivid ass fucking pictures that everybody saw. I didn't see it. You know, I didn't see it. All I see is this green shit. All I see is the green. And this is what I see. When I went out there, this is what I saw. This is dead at night, pitch black outside. But my eyes see it darker, but the camera lightens the shit up. You know? The camera lightens it up. So this is what I see with my eyes. That right there. And that's over the lake. And this is where people taking all these fucking pictures from. Literally. You know? Someone around the corner taking pictures. I'm like, wait, but I don't see that. I don't see that at all. I'm like, I don't see that. You know? And I'm no fucking what you call it. So whatever this shit is, we ain't never seen this in our lifetime. Always popping up, seeing it all across the country. I've heard of the Northern Lights, and honestly, I've always wanted to go to where you could actually see them. And I live right on Lake Ontario, so there's been times over the years where people are like, you'll be able to see the Northern Lights tonight. Now the whole fucking country can see the Northern Lights. Like that's not normal shit. There's nothing normal about that, you know? Think about it. And then, you know, understanding Aurora, right? And, you know, there was a conversation between, what was it? Augustus Featherline, Aurora, right? Augustus Featherline, Aurora, you know, between the morning star Lucifer, right? And it says, this is from hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Where the hell is it at? Where's the Bibles? It's called The Conversation of St. Augustine. See if I can find it. Can't find it now. No, I can't find it. I can't find it now. It was in. It's called Augustine versus Lucifer. I can't find it right now. My bad. But anyways, let me see. Let me open up my phone. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Hold on. There it is. Hold on. There it is. Now this is what people reporting seeing. Rochester. This is Rochester, New York. Okay. This is the type of shit that they're posting. Okay. And it's all photos. Like, I mean, most people would take a video, right? Think about it. Most people would take a video, right? This is what I'm seeing. Got all these comments about this shit, right? What are people saying, right? It's all photos. Somebody took a photo at Durand Beach. And this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna do like a, Lake Ontario. Okay. How did it look with the naked eye? You could see the colors just much darker. Cool things. Did they move it all with the naked eye? No. But if you look at it at the phone screen, you could see them dancing a bit. What? Okay. Now this is where, AI, that's what I told you. I'm not making a video about, I don't give a fuck about you see it, you can't see it. It's more of, what is this shit? And we already know the phone is artificial intelligence, guys. That iPhone 16 has some dangerous built-in technology that isn't even released yet what that phone can do, okay, guys. And this guy who been doing phones, he's like a phone guru. And he said this phone is so advanced. I ain't getting this shit. It's so advanced that its capabilities aren't even created yet. Meaning what it can do, it's like when the iPhone came out. Remember when the iPhone first came out? I still got an old iPhone. The shit is the size of it's so small. It's like, damn, it's like my brain it was like I went a time where I found an old ass iPhone 4. And the shit was the size of man, how big was it? It was almost as big as like 3 9-volt batteries. It thing was tiny. I'm like, what the hell? When this thing was out, you thought it was big. And I'm like, man, we used to watch videos on this fucking thing and like look at it and like do all this shit on this little thing. The phone was so fucking tiny. And then I got the first iPhone somewhere. But anyways, this guy, it was like when that came out, we didn't understand the capabilities of that phone. And the technologies on that first phone is still on the phones right now. So he explained how this phone is like when the iPhone came out. That's what the iPhone 16 is. He said the technology, he said he doesn't even understand why there's certain things on it, and there's stuff that isn't even ready that is available to us. Pretty crazy shit, man. So that's the thing that I'm looking at. Just like this comment says, okay, how did that look with the naked eye? And they said you could see the colors just much darker, okay? And it says, cool, thanks. Did they move it all? With the naked eye, no. But if you looked at the phone screen, you could see them dance a bit. And then somebody else said, I could see them moving with the naked eye. But, hey, this is when we get into, like I can't see the shit, it is what it is. Somebody said, here's my beautiful best at 10:32. This is when all the shit started coming out, right around 10 o'clock. Keep in mind, it's been dark since like 7. Okay. But again, I get it. The sun, heads off the west. You figure 10 o'clock, it's still sunny in parts of the United States, right? Westward. So it says, you know, beautiful. Here's my best at 10:32. Also on Lake Ontario. What camera / phone do you have? I need to upgrade, because his photo, all right, looked like my photo. The green shit. All right. The green shit. And they're already saying, like, look, I need to upgrade my phone because I can't see. Right. And then this person goes, me too. I didn't know how to change camera, but still thrilling to see color. And then somebody put Olcott, New York. Same. That's further down Lake Ontario. I'm at Olcott also right now, and I did see that. LOL. How did I miss it? Oh, I said I didn't see that. How did I miss it? I took this at 10:18. It was bananas for about 10:15 to 10:45, and then it died down and left. Sorry, man. Yeah, we got here around 10:45. Gonna stay for a bit. It's clearing up. How visible were they to the eye? At its peak, there was a big red blotch in the sky and then green haze with some streak. This was overlooking Lake Ontario, so light pollution was at a minimum. And then somebody put some from some other location. Somebody put, damn, I'm in Yonkers. I can't see anything. Somebody else said, couldn't see it with the naked eye. Sometimes you have to use your camera. All right. Somebody was in New York. Pick all pictures. Keep in mind, not one fucking video. 0. Not one video. All pictures. And somebody took a picture. It was like red. Lake Ontario and Rochester. What time? Somebody put it around Irondequoit Bay, which is Lake Ontario, which I'm like, literally, like I said, I could fly my drone to the Lake Ontario Bay. So it's all, somebody put it from Indian reservation. And this is why I like being in like groups, because you could see, I analyze what people are showing, saying. Like, it's good to get information, you know. So it's good, very good, you know. Somebody was in Ohio and they're showing the video, you know. So very interesting, you know, Buffalo, New Hampshire, another Ohio, Columbia, Ohio. All these photos, man. Rochester, New York, Lake Ontario. Yeah, I feel like it's weird. You got to use your phone, though. Beautiful either way. See? People are seeing, like, what... This is the thing that I'm looking at. And this is just one thing that I looked at right now. But I've been looking at shit, you know, last night, you know, studying what people are saying. And most people say, I can't see it with a naked eye. And then I know I have that type of people that have that mentality where, look, I'm not going to be wrong. I'm going to say, look, I see it because it matches my photo. You know, that type of mentality. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Some of the people take the picture and like, oh, it's so vibrant and beautiful that somebody questions, like, I didn't see that. And then they say, well, I saw it without it. It was darker, but when I did my camera, it enhanced it. No, it probably was dark. You pulled your camera out. Oh, my God. I mean, this is I would say it's crazy shit, you know? So, and then somebody said, I think all the pictures I've seen, the best ones are from Rochester, because we're right on the lake. And then whoever's right on the lake. But then again, it's, you know, Rochester is the only city that's huge that is on a lake. Not on Lake Ontario. See, Buffalo, that's over there, Erie. Rochester is the biggest city on the lake. Syracuse, but it's not as big as Rochester. You know, so. But, yeah, pretty crazy. Webster around 11:45 p.m. So they were out on the pier. People were all on the pier checking it out. And that's going to be clear tonight, so I'm probably going to go. just to see this shit with my own eyes, and I'll have a greater insight, you know, and seeing how, wow, look at this shit. Look at people's, you know, the AI on the phone. Because this shit, for me, is more of, okay, what is it? Okay, yeah, okay, it's the Northern Lights. No, I don't know. It's something else, you know? What even is the Northern Lights, right? We only can go by what they told us it is. It could be something completely fucking different, you know? But hold on, let me see. Beautiful, amazing. They will be visible. This has been a couple days, guys. You know. But yeah, this is going all over the place, you know. Yeah, it definitely is. The AI shit is dangerous, and I think it has something to do with the age AI, and you know, something, you know, some kind of energy manipulation between humans, AI, and you know whatever they got going on outside, you know, with the lights, right? The dawn, the aurora, right? Go look at it, you know. Go take photos with it. Look at it through your camera. You know, the same shit they were doing with the eclipse, right? Look at it through your phone. You know, look at it through your phone. You know, they keep doing it. Look at it through your phone, you know? So, yeah, pretty crazy stuff, man. Pretty crazy stuff. Yeah, shit. Yeah, no. They're going to be born with that shit inside of them, you know? They already done told us. They already told us. They already told us, you know. So there goes some more pictures. This is Minnesota. You know, enjoying the aurora borealis in Minnesota. There's another one, Webster, New York. Now I know goddamn well. Now this is the thing that I'm talking about. Like these are the pictures that be going around. I know goddamn well the motherfucker ain't seeing this shit. You know, we seeing this like that. We on a different planet. We're not seeing this as somebody who clearly is a photographer. They got their thing in there, right? Their little, you know, watermark in there, you know. But they're not seeing. You're not seeing that with your eyes. So, but yeah, it's some weird shit, man. I don't know what I could. Hey, all I got is a question mark. I don't know what it is, man. You know, I couldn't tell you. You know. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I just, I just, I just. What I do is the thing that how when I do things is I see what's out, and then I analyze human reactions to it, and then I'm like, okay, now it's viral, you know, and then you know, it's like, okay, I look at what are people saying. Oh, okay, and then I'll take this out, and I say, okay, what are they putting out there? Oh, okay, and then I just say, hey, they want us to check it out, you know, crazy. Look up the SARs. They aren't natural. Yeah, this is definitely not natural, Jimbo. Definitely not. Nah. I try to tell people that, man. That motherfucker look at me sideways. And it's funny because when you drop a comment on them pictures, they're like, "Oh no, you know, I saw it with my, you know, man, come on. I'm out there when all these pictures coming out, I went, let me see what time I took my fucking picture. I took my picture at 9:13 p.m., 9:12 p.m. This is when all the pictures started coming out. And all the way up until 10, look out the fucking window, I don't see shit. I'm like, I don't see nothing. And clearly it would be right there because I did it before. I went outside, like, oh, wow, look at that. It looks like a little red a little bit. But it looks like just little haze of red smoke. Like nothing like what these pictures showing. Zero. But then the phone, it'll enhance it a lot more, you know? All right, guys, give me 1 second. I gotta go to my favorite place to get something hot because it's cool up here. Give me 1 second. Shut up, dude. Just juice. All right, guys, I'm back. So, oh boy, if you think you can handle all the people that think it was like all tools, yeah. Oh God, listen, man, I could imagine. I can only imagine because I see the same thing when I make a comment. I mean, it's like, whoa, and I don't go too crazy. I just say, you know, it's unbelievable, man. People talk about, oh my God, I cried. I'm like, holy shit, these people are being embodied by something, and that's my take on it. It's some type of something. I don't know. These people are being embodied. These people are being embodied, man. Something's going on. If people see this, right, and then cry, think of that. That's some kind of possession. Like something is overtaking your body, right? I mean, this is when you got to understand, real spirituality, real human emotion, understanding the inner workings of the body. That signifies something has changed in some type of energy has embodied you. You got to think about it. People cry over your celebrities that don't understand, and we already know what has been done and what these people that are in Hollywood music and all this other stuff are into. It's obviously it's some kind of energy manipulation, programming, and all kinds of shit. So, motherfucker, see a celebrity, start crying and almost die and shit, faint and shit and all that. That's some kind of embodiment, man. That is something that has affected that structure of a being, right? That just fucking what you call it? That something's overcome them, man. I mean, seen this growing up through the churches of somebody get the Holy Ghost. Think about it. Yeah, the long-term effects of that. Yeah, yep, it's crazy, man. It's good, Blink. It is mind-blowing, man. Something's man, I'm telling you guys, you guys already know, we are in a time where I mean, you can't explain what you see. There's a lot of stuff that people are desensitized to, but I look at it, I'm like, yo, this is like unexplainable shit that I'm seeing right here. Like, I can't explain it. Like, what I see, the average person will walk by like it's not even going on. And that's the society we're living in, where we have other beings amongst us. Like, this car is about to rip around you. I mean, there's like other people amongst us that don't see, don't understand what is happening around us, what's going on around us. They're clueless to it. And then you got those people. Then you got people that are just evil, like it's normal. You got all kind of shit going on around us, and it's kind of like they live type shit. Like, some of us can see it. It's just a strange time, man, and you really can't explain it. It's just something that you got to see. Something you got to witness. Crazy. Oh, my bad. Reading the comments. So, yeah. It's like the idea that there are only 144. So, yeah, right. And all they're just showing, all the 144 is, I mean, for me, my breakdown of it is the number 9. All they're telling you is that's the divine beings that encompass their light, enlightenment, connection to God through the number 9, not the actual number 9, but understanding the location of your spirit and your soul. What in the fuck is this dude doing? What the fuck you doing, man? What is wrong with you? Motherfucker look crazy. Damn, that was weird. Speaking of demons and shit, I'm driving on the yellow line. All right, I'm not on the yellow line. I'm driving on the road, right? Doing about 25, 30 in the city. And the motherfucker by me losing some young kid, right? But then he gets on the other side of the yellow lines and was riding like on my rear end, not on to my rear left. On the other side of the street, there was a turning lane coming up, but he didn't turn. And then there was like a bank that he was about to turn in. And then I looked at him. I literally just happened. I looked at him, and then he was turning, and he looked at me. And as I was going, he turned back like he was about to follow me. And I seen his finger in my rearview mirror going like, pointing or some shit. And then he turned. And I'm like, man. Like, speaking of the actual fucking devil. Like, what was that? And I'm like, this is a young kid. I just looked at him like, what the fuck? And then he looked at me. He must have saw me looking at him. And then he turned to follow me. Like, he was like instantly triggered or some shit. You know? And it's unfortunate, like, yo, this is society we live in, man. That right there could have turned into some shit, some dangerous shit right there. You know, because these motherfuckers, man, these people, I can't even stress it enough, guys. That could have been like a dangerous situation right there. You know, dangerous situation, because he could have just kept following me and be like, yo, what was you looking at? Talk some crazy. Obviously, I wouldn't engage nothing like that. But, it might have to turn into some kind of self-defense fucking situation. And this is what I've been telling people, man. Literally live and direct. I mean, you didn't see it, but, that's what the fuck just happened. And it's strange shit that happened like that all the time all across the, country. I just seen a news story, and I think it was Georgia, that saw it was a road rage shooting, fatal shooting on the fucking highway. Look, just this morning. Crazy. So that'd be a dangerous. We're in a dangerous time, guys, and a beautiful one at that. At the same time, crazy. More unhumans out here. Yeah, people aren't human. They're actually being human beings, guys. These people have turned in from humans to human beings. I don't really like using the word human beings, but we use it as a term that we really know. But under the legal term, human being, that means monster. That is just something you do not want to be, as a human being, right? It's a monster. It's not human-like, right? That's what a human being is. And we're called human beings. Ain't that crazy? How they did us? We're human. People are like, oh, don't use the word. No, don't use human being. That's in law. You don't want to be a human being, right? You don't want to be a human being in law, because that means fucking monster. And you think about it, look at the word. It says human being. That doesn't mean a human. That means someone trying to be human, being human, right? They're actually not human. They're less than human. So human being is less than human. Now it makes sense to people. That's what it is. A human being is a being that's trying to be human. You don't want to be a human being. Let's study the law, man. So it's the number one thing we fucked up at. Waking up. We didn't study the number one thing that enslaves us all, and that is law. That is law. The law. That's what enslaves us. So, yeah, I'll be doing more on that too. Usually in the fall, I get more into the studying and shit. So, shout out to Auditing Erie County as I pass by the City Hall building. Auditing Erie County did what I was going to do the first Saturday 2 weeks ago, where they started IDing. They closed a public fucking street and I ID'd people coming to the bar district. You know, they closed it off. And it's funny because like I knew and he showed on his video is that the Rochester police won't be doing it because it's unconstitutional. You know, right then and there is a demonstration of a violation of rights, your natural rights, and that's violation of civil rights and all the fucking slave rights. Whatever rights you think you got, that's a violation of it under their rules and laws and under your freedom, you know. And that's why they didn't have the police do it. They had security do it. So shout out to Auditing Erie County for coming all the way up to Rochester, New York. But yeah, human being means monster, exactly. So, you know, and that's in law, understanding that. You know, that's why I told people, and they, you know, jumped down my throat when I went into going busting these whole people's fucking mind control open and shit. Like, I'm like, come on, y'all gotta know this. You know, don't take it for, you know, don't take it for face value or whatever. I'm just trying to show you, like, look back, wake up, wash your brain again, and come back and look at it, and then you'll start to see. You know, because so many people be misconstrued. I'm like, man, you know, like, damn, like, how you know? It's right there. Like, how are we missing this? You know. So, I've been having those little back and forths with the law shit because I want to learn and understand more, and you know, I wanted to, you know, show people like, look, like, it's not me, it's what they say, you know. And I've cracked a lot of people's heads wide open with the sovereign citizen shit. There's a reason why they didn't want you to, you know, and I'm gonna do a whole video on that alone. There's a reason why they wanted you to think you were a sovereign citizen and it was some negative shit, when the reality is that's not an oxymoron, you know. And I've been pulling the wool right off of people's fucking eyes with that shit. And I don't even put the source because they should already know the source, but it's amazing they don't know the source. And then it's amazing when you go back to the CIA mind control platforms, YouTube and Facebook and all these different groups and shit that do this shit, that claim, that think they're doing this shit, the ones that always want to try to defeat the fucking system by gaining material garbage, which is so fucking stupid to me. Motherfuckers that want to, like, oh, these accounts and offset this, that, and that do this and do that and do rat race because they know a motherfucker will chase money. Worthless. We already know money is a fucking illusion. That means the whole shit is an illusion. But motherfuckers, they know how to manipulate people to use it. So these people are manipulated, believing this shit, chasing all this shit when they should have been chasing their fucking freedom and how to be free instead of how to keep being in the goddamn fucking system and running on a rat race. That shit don't work. I'm saying it's always, you know, y'all know what I'm talking about because some of you guys probably went in those fucking realms and you never see any kind of fucking results. Just a lot of words. Shout out to guys magnified. Gobbledygook. All you see is a bunch of gobbledygook. Right? That's all you see. No proof. Just a motherfucker talking about this, that, and this, that, and this, that. It could talk for hours on how to do some shit. When you say, where's the proof? Now, you can talk for fucking hours about the shit, but you can't show a second worth of proof. Man, get the fuck out of here. And this is why I have a lot of words with Yusuf L. Like, he's like, yo, pay, you know, I do all this, da. You got to pay for that information. Motherfucker's like $250, but for you, I'm going to charge you $5 just for questioning me. Like, who the fuck is this motherfucker? Like, seriously? Questioning on some wrong information? Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Hold on, sorry. So, yeah. So, it's just for question that I got to pay double. I'm like, okay, I want to see what you're talking about. And then it's crickets. And I told her, this is my words to him. I said, okay, you're supposed to be this honorable person, right? You know all this stuff, okay? Once you show me, all right, and then it don't line up, if you feel like you're that honorable person, then what you originally charged, $250, okay? If you're a man of your words and you're a man of honor, then you could give the other $250 back. And then I said on top of it, I said, I don't care if you give it back or not. You can keep it all. But if you are honorable, you can give it back. I wouldn't even care. If you do or don't, it doesn't matter to me. If what you say is true and correct, I want to see. And it got crickets. Nothing. No response, no nothing. Zero. And then somebody else came out and said, yo, they can't get a hold of the guy. They're supposed to do something for him and this and that. And they didn't do it. And the guy's like, yo, he's a cool dude. And he just like shafted his ass. So they prey on, a lot of these people do, they prey on people that don't know. And then milk them along and throw out little fancy, jargon and then get their money. And then, oh, it's your fault because you don't know this. You don't know what the fuck? Man, I learned that shit years ago. And I just study them, what they're talking about. Like, yeah, they're not telling you the whole truth. So, anyways, citizen means government, state employee. No, it doesn't. U.S. citizen does. U.S. citizen means, it actually does. It entails a lot of other things because to be a U.S. citizen, you got to have what? An employer identification number, an EIN, aka Social Security number, which makes you a federal employee. That's U.S. citizen. But a citizen of a state citizen is something totally different under a different jurisdiction, which they keep you from, because if you go down that road, you will find out that, holy shit, you got a whole lot of motherfucking rights under the state, right? Because you were there before the state, right? And you are one of the people of the state. See? We the people, right? Not we the citizen. And people don't know that Benjamin Franklin, George Washington, Hamilton, none of these people were U.S. citizens. They all tell you that. This is the shit that they don't tell you in school. They weren't U.S. citizens. They were state citizens. They were state citizens. That is totally different from a U.S. citizen. Totally different. U.S. citizen jurisdiction is in D.C., Puerto Rico, Guam, Virgin Islands, all that shit. The states, and they showed you this through COVID-19. That's where they showed you this. States have all the power. All right? States have the power over the federal government. Federal government cannot tell the state what the fuck to do. They pretend to portray like they do, but they can't. State is the power, and you're one of the people of the state. The state constitutions are the power. The Constitution is the power of the federal government. That's why the Constitution works with keeping them from violating your rights, right? But the state constitution is for the sovereign people, aka citizens, which under their own definition states that 100%. And this is the shit that I bring up to them, and they're like, oh, because they so mind controlled. They have been CIA mind manipulated and programmed from, think about it, anytime they don't want a motherfucker to have anything to do with the truth, they will steer you away from it. That's why they created conspiracy theorists. Well, sovereign citizen is the exact same fucking thing. Exact same thing. They want you to keep you away from it, because if you find out, and this is why they push Black's Law Dictionary 3rd edition, 4th edition, 10th edition, 7th edition, all these editions, and they teach you, study this, and then the motherfucking most expensive one, they don't even have you bother. And they don't push the second one. They always go 3rd and beyond, because now that term is totally changed. But does it change the actual meaning and the truth? No. Because it's like case law. There's case laws back to the 1800s, right? 1700s that are written, that aren't typed, that show you your rights. And it states all of this stuff. And that's what I bring. Oh, now it's all new. People don't believe me. Oh, you're one of those sovereign citizens. I'm like, what? You're one of those agents. You're an agent. Wait a minute, because I'm showing y'all. And then I put the definition down. Oh, where's your source? I just want them to go find it. I got Yusuf L asked me, where is my source? When I had posted the fucking definition, photo of the definition, he asked me, where's my source? And I'm like, what? Man, that's when I lost all kind of, respect for, lost respect for what is he actually doing? So it's pretty crazy, man. I told you, shout out to my brother Wise. We've always disrupted the norms. We've always disrupted the sheep. And lately, as of the past 2 years, the 3 years, we've been disrupting the so-called truthers, right? And the gurus, right? This is what we've been doing. This is what we've been doing. Questioning. And all we're doing is questioning, researching, studying, understanding. Let the Creator give us knowledge, information, right? Unlock the doors, right? Detach. So shout out to my brother Wise. I always say that, man, because we've always there. You know what I mean? That's my A-riser brother. Shout out to Fake Michael, Real News too. And everybody else, all you guys. But I'm just giving you examples of, of the understandings that I get, and that come to me, and the way I could put it together to make people understand it more is through another person, and that's a brother like Wise. So when you see that soul, that human, right, that human that embodies a spiritual, existence, right? You can see, God damn, my phone keeps shutting off. You can see, the energy working, the same energy that I got goes through him, and it goes through you guys. Because when it clicks in you guys, and you're like, damn, okay, I get it now. Then it's all that same spirit, that same universal understanding, that same, spiritual, energy, the Creator, God, Buddha, Allah, whatever that deity that they created, that same energy. Well, you know what? You gotta say, I gotta figure this out. So think about it. And that's what I do. So yeah, man, it's pretty crazy, man. As I told you, that's the number one thing we could have studied, and we would have got so much knowledge, because it encompasses religion, it encompasses spirituality, it encompasses the universe, it encompasses a lot of different elements, it encompasses psychology, all right, it encompasses so much. The law comes from a divine place, okay? That's why think about it. Something so powerful that controls societies for eons, for a long time, was a structure of law. So if you think about those, yeah, man, my phone. Hold on, man. Something's up with my phone. It keeps going black screen. Hold on 1 second. Fucking I don't be changing this bad low power shit. Phone just be doing whatever the fuck it wants to do. All right, let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know. Oh shit! Hold on one second. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, y'all can hear me? Okay. All right, so I don't know where I was at, but something to do with I forgot where I was at, sorry. I had to answer a text. When I'm streaming, so the thoughts and information be coming from a place where, you know, of a pure place. So, but yeah. So back into the whole the law, like this is why it's something that we should have studied and learned, because we could probably have slowed whatever they're doing down, because everything they do is by contracts and law. That's everything. There's not one thing they do that's not under the law. Everything they do is contracts. Everything is done by contract. And another thing about the government is the government never lies. People are like, oh, the government lies. No, the government doesn't actually lie. Okay, it doesn't. When you understand the law, they don't lie. They tell you everything. They tell you everything. They don't lie at all. They just don't. They put out the truth, but they don't let you find it. Let me stop. Because they can't let you find it. You got to find it. They put out the truth, and it's always there, and always it's always been and always will be. And you could say that did they hide it? No, they actually didn't hide it. All right. They just don't tell us about it. And then they create other things. Is that a form of lying? Get into psychology, it's not a form of lying. All right, because they actually gave you the truth. All right. So a lot of people, when I try to tell them, like, no, the government, you know, my fellow truthers, they be like, yo, no, the government lies. I'm like, they actually don't lie. It's all the truth is out there. You just got to find it, you know. And you got to understand law. Okay. You got to understand what they do. It's pretty wicked and crazy, you know. But their job is not to tell you. That's why they say the ignorance is there's no excuse. All right. And when they mean that, the ignorance is no excuse of the law, they're not talking about legal processes. They could do that all day long. You know, just a whole thing about a citizen. Well, you know, you get into what a citizen is and all that other stuff. I mean, this is powerful stuff. It's knowing what you truly are, knowing who you truly are. That's why and so how you know this is a spiritual thing, because if you don't claim yourself or what you truly are, they're going to do it for you. So what the hell's going on? They do it for you because you don't know. It's not their fault. It ain't their fault. They're not liable. You are. So they make you liable for all your own faults. It's crazy, because it actually comes from a biblical thing. If people believe in the Bible, it's not their fault. It's your fault. And that's why, you know, the whole thing about money. That's why the money system is the way it is, because the money system is an indulgence. And it goes back to principles of spirituality. You want to indulge, hey, this is what you got to do. You want to indulge, this is what you got to do. So we created the indulgence. We're the middleman in truth. If you don't know how to be to cut the middleman out, then this is the game we got to play. And you gotta, and then when you have a respect for the law, not legal process, I don't respect none of that shit. But the law, you gotta respect it, because it has to see it the way it is. It will go the way it's supposed to go. When you line yourself up with it, it will go. The reason why I can say it, because I've done it. So I have to be, if I've done it and the truth stood and stands, a bitch can't tell me nothing. Can't tell me nothing about none of that shit. you know? And I don't know nothing compared to, you know, I don't know anything about the law. I just know simple principles. And when you know the simple principles, you know, and you get those down and you study and you go into what they're saying, any situation that you got, you can figure it out and say, look, I'm free. Y'all fucked up and let us be free. I'm free. Fuck you talking about? You know I'm free. And they know you're free. They just let you enslave themselves. That's why they created a justice system. And that's why they have social security. That's the thing. They got shit called social security. Meanwhile, a motherfucker can go anywhere and see security signs everywhere. And what is security? Armed. They're guarding something. They're watching something. They're protecting something. So they have a social security. What the fuck they securing? You got a social security number. What the fuck are they securing? They're securing your dumb ass. That's what they're securing. They making sure you don't fucking fuck yourself up. They've let you create something outside of your own self, and they got to protect you from you so they could generate all the funds. That's what they're doing. Sick, twisted, but that's what they're doing. They've created a fake you that they use like a fucking game piece to generate for them. When they know you're free, they know they can't do that. They can't. Their own laws say that. You know, I'm going to do more on this. You know, I just be talking and, you know, this and that, but I got to bring the gloves off, you know, start really zeroing in and just doing this shit, you know. What's good, Angel? For my people of Paris, yeah, lack of knowledge. And that's all that we lack knowledge. You cannot, and this is the thing, you know, the truthers, man, and all this other shit. How are you gonna, that's why they just be like, oh, most of the truth be like, destroy it all. Because they don't have any understanding on how you can fix anything, because they don't even know how the fuck it works. And then you got the political, oh, we needed this, we needed that, we needed this. How the, y'all, you can't make America great again. You don't even know how America runs. One, it ain't fucking America. It's the United States of America. You say make United States great again. And then you don't even know how to make United States great again. What kind of stupid shit is that? How are you going to make anything great again when you don't know how the shit even runs and operates? And second of all, you going to vote for a motherfucker to make it great again. What the fuck? That shit is going to go south so goddamn far. Make America great again. You know? And again, people ask me to go to shit and go, I can't. Because I can't put myself down to such a low fucking vibration to sit there and know I ain't talking to any fucking body. That's my take on it. That's my take on it. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. I had to put a disclaimer up there after I had to make a phone call real quick. But yeah, so I don't know, there's something on the law stuff, but yeah, on how the system runs, right? And I don't know all how the system runs, okay, but I know a great deal on how it operates, all right. And you know, to know that this is what we should have been learning, okay, because all the politicians are all lawyers and attorneys or connected somehow to law, you know, all the government, all the heads. This is why they all been like this, all right, across the world. You go to other countries, we're all attorneys. Why? Hold on 1 second. All right, sorry about that. So yeah, Biden reminded everyone like 2 months ago that the Republicans. Exactly. And as I said, they don't even lie to us, you know? And that goes along with the CIA mind control. Oh, they lie, you know, they lie. The government actually does not fucking lie. Everything they're doing, they've done to you. Just like Wise was showing you a lot of stuff during that about a lot of the shit they was coming up with and all this other stuff. You know, they already had it, they already put it out there. They already put all the shit out there that they was gonna do. And then the shit they couldn't do, you know, they didn't really propagate it that much, but a lot of stuff, oh, you know, we decided that we're gonna, you know, not close this and open up because they got pressure because of law. Why? Because they were doing it all under law, executive orders, and all this other shit. Those things, believe it or not, people don't understand, fall, if you go back and look, fall under jurisdiction and federal. They just hoped you followed along with it. But you didn't have to follow along with any of this shit. Okay? You did not have to fall off any of the shit. Why? One, they don't own and control you. Well, you know, sometimes they don't own and control you, okay? They may own paper, but they don't control and own you. Though they do on paper, but look, they can't enforce that shit. All right? You just can't do it. You broke quarantine order, this and that, all this other shit, you know, da-da-da. No, they can't do that on a person, okay? They can't do it. But they can do it on a person, right? The artificial one. You know, it's a lot to like break down as far as what they've done. First, you got to understand what you are. You're a U.S. citizen, okay? You fall under federal, you know, jurisdictions as far as, you know, federal employee, U.S., you know, U.S. citizen. You got, you know, civil rights and shit, you know. And then you have the state citizen, right? Which you want to be a citizen of the state or a state citizen, all right? And if you're like, oh, you know, this right now to like try to tell people, because people have been brainwashed and manipulated, okay? But they wanted to keep you from understanding that you are a citizen of a state citizen, which way you want to put it. It's not derogatory. It's not negative. It actually brings you into more, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm a human, and I live in the state. The state is going to protect my natural rights. Simple as that. But also the Constitution has to line up with the same thing. So they're both kind of synonymous to each other. The reason why I don't talk about the state Constitution, because most people are U.S. citizens. Fuck, why do I need to talk about the state constitutions? I don't need to, because I'm not talking to those people. But like I said, I need to take the gloves off. I need to just start people need to really understand what is what, you know? And I just can't believe that so much shit has been put out here. That's what I say. It's all mind control, you know? All mind control. Exactly. There you go. That's the that's the number one thing right there. As long as the people believe, this is what you get. That's what they do. That's right there. So if people are enforcing legal processes, fuck, the government doesn't give a shit. But when you call them out on it, then they got to back up. Whoa, what? Yeah, they got to back the fuck up. None of this shit is self-executing. That's what they call it under the law. It says, hey, look, it is what it is. We're going to ratify it, but not self-executing. That means, bitch, it ain't automatic. If your ass don't know about it, they don't either. But when you know about it, we're going to make sure you all right. We're going to make sure we don't step on your toe. We could be in serious fucking trouble if we violate our own laws. Government doesn't violate its own laws. When something doesn't line up, the law does not violate the law. Now, a legal process, it's sufficient enough for law, but it's not the law. If it gets called out, it's got to be corrected. Also, state law can't override a federal law, and a federal law can't override state law. All right? It just can't. If they conflict, the federal, some shit will say, oh, well, this law will... No, it's not the law. Let me rephrase that. Legal process, right? That they disguise as a law, like a code, statute. If it violates the law, it is what it is. And this is why the Constitution of the United States looks a lot like the state's Constitution, but it's one for the United States. See how that works? That's how that works. But this is the shit they don't want you to know, right? That's why they created sovereign citizens. They had to. They was like, we got to scare the fucking people, man. They figuring this shit out. Years ago, 20 years ago, they created sovereign citizens, right? Because people were figuring it out. They made them look crazy. They brought agents out to be like, here, push this, push that, push this, push that. When, let me read the definition in case people stumble upon this, and you got to understand. Let me go. This is what our gurus are scared of when I come around and I drop this shit. And all the people who, talk the sovereign citizen shit. I mean, the law gurus say, don't use that term. Don't use this. You got to clarify that fucking term. All right? Citizen. Okay? Now, that's why you got a U.S. citizen, but you also have a citizen. Well, what is that citizen? That's what they don't want to teach you. Remember, what I'm giving you the definition comes from the 1800s. All right? Hold on one second. So, citizen. Now, this is what I'm about to read to y'all. Like this right here. This is it right here. Okay. That's it right here. Citizen right at the top. Doesn't say U.S. citizen. Says citizen. Okay. Damn, what the fuck we got going on here? Stolen shit or something. God. All right. Citizen. Right here. Citizen. In general, a member of a free city or jural society, right? Possessing all the rights and privileges which can be enjoyed by any person under its constitution and government, and subject to the corresponding duties, right? In American law, I'm driving, guys. Just give me 1 second. back up. I'm ready to read it again. Okay. Okay. Citizen, in general, a member of a free society or juror society, possessing all the rights and privileges which can be enjoyed by any person under its constitution and government and subject to the corresponding duties. An American law, period. One who is under the Constitution and laws of the United States, comma, has a right to vote for civil offices and himself is qualified to fill elected offices. Okay? Now, whenever you first read that, you're like, okay, well, citizen, okay, what are they talking? It does not say U.S. citizen. It says a citizen. So the citizen, right? This is the definition of citizen. It's a member of a free city, right? But then you go down further, one of the sovereign people, period. Then it says a constituent member of the sovereignty / synonymous with the people, a member of the civil state entitled to all its privileges. The term citizen has come to us derived from antiquity. It appears to have been used in the Roman government to designate a person who had the freedom of the city and the right to exercise all political and civil privileges of the government. There was also at Rome a particular citizenship, including civil but not political rights. Complete citizenship embraced both. Right? All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the state wherein they reside. This is what a citizen is. Now, a U.S. citizen, that's something totally different. But this term right here, citizen, says it right there, one of the sovereign people. Well, why is the people sovereign? Because the people created the government. This is what people don't understand. Right, exactly, Brock. State and state are also different. There's a state that's all caps, and there's a state that's not all caps. Just like in law, there's 101 states. Motherfucker, I tell people like that, they're like, what? I'm like, how many states are there? What if I told you there's 101 states? They'll look at me sideways because there's a state and then there's a state. People don't know this shit. See, that's why when you start pulling this shit out, you destroy all the fucking guru bullshit that's been out here for so long. One of the sharpest brothers out here is Yah's Magnified in what he does. This brother's sharp as hell. Shout out to him. You know? So, the term, this is the whole sovereign citizen shit. Oh, the term sovereign citizen, it's an oxymoron. How? When the term citizen strictly says one of the sovereign people. So that would say sovereign citizen is a real thing. But they've created a conspiracy theory word, right? Like conspiracy theorist. So you could run from it. So you can never know that you actually are running around this bitch free. And they've created a whole nother form of fucking government and a state within the state and destroyed the fucking world and enslaved us and took all of our wealth and all of our fucking natural freedoms away and liberty away. This is why they can this is why they can export oil and Americans don't even bat a motherfucking blood cell. They have no recollection, don't even give a fuck that on their nation, right, that was created by we the people exporting oil out and then importing oil, so-called they say, to sell to us. What in the fuck kind of society we live in? And a bitch want to say, make America great again? Man, get your ass far the fuck away from me. Because the only thing you're going to be making great is communism. You're making communism come through. I don't give a fuck if you're voting for Trump. We already know what the other side is, but you're creating communism because you don't understand how this bitch ran. You know? Motherfuckers don't know how this shit is ran. It says one of the sovereign people, a constituent member of the sovereignty, comma, synonymous with the people. When I put this shit down, oh, they go fizzling, because they think first I say it, and then they're like, oh, you know, then I drop this. Nobody, only comments I get are the ones that are like, yo, where you got that from? Where you get that from? Well, I got it from the dictionary that costs a lot of money, and the one that they don't promote. I wonder why they don't promote it, because you'll find the truth in that bitch. You'll find where all this shit came from. That's where you'll find the truth. And like, oh, wait a minute, this ain't lining up with what these gurus been saying and what's been going around. This doesn't line up with all the conspiracy theories. What? And then you get into case law. Oh my God, does it go fucking wild, right? Oh my God, does it go south fast, right? It's crazy, man. Crazy. You know? What is this one? Hold on. So it's pretty crazy, man. And this is the shit people don't want to know about. This is the shit people don't want to learn. This is the shit that, you know, people are like, oh, well, you know, I don't really, you know. Okay, what's the other one, right? You got a case from what's this case? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna read this to y'all. This shows you that there's a relationship with you and the state, and then you and the federal government. But they have you in the federal government because you're under a social system. You're under socialism, thinking it's something else. This is why most people think about the everyday motherfucking person. Okay, they don't have a business. They don't have a corporation. They don't have like a fucking conglomerate. They don't have that. They're just a regular citizen, and they do everything with their employer identification number, which is a social security number. You see how that works? Social security number, and then they just work and they're slaving away. But then you get these people that create businesses and they become millionaires and then billionaires, and then, you know, they're like, why is all this? Well, what the fuck? They operate in a whole different realm, even though they may not understand. But that's how the state and the government divide you. Okay, there's different classes, right? And you're the government employee, so you ain't gonna have shit because that same entity wants all the shit. That's why they only have a few, you know, square miles in DC, because they can't. It is what it is. The states are here, right? So this is one court case, right? It's called Crossy versus Board of Election. It says no state may confer state citizenship upon a resident alien until such resident alien becomes naturalized citizen of the United States. This court case right here shows you exactly what the fuck is going on. It says, wait, no. It said the court rested its decision on its conclusion that under the 14th Amendment, no state may confer state citizenship upon a resident alien until phone overheated. My bad. My bad. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay, we're good. All right. Yes. I forgot what I was on, but I was on the reading about the citizen, right? Resident alien. That's what I understand is a resident alien is a person who is a citizen of a foreign country, but has established residence in another country. In the legal context, such person has the right to reside and work in the host country, but they are not granted full citizenship rights. You be like, oh, all the illegals, the alien, the illegal, the immigrants, man, shut the fuck up with that stupid shit. Y'all motherfuckers in the same position they in, you just don't fucking know it. And that's the sad part about a lot of this shit, right? That's the sad part about. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. That's the same. That's crazy. That's crazy. So means is break down. That's the thing about me is I teach people shit because it doesn't sound like all this legal. I just dumb it the fuck down so people can understand it. What that means is we living in a fucking whatever state you in. I don't give a damn. But you ain't living in there. You're just a resident. That's why they ask if you have resident. That's why in family court you got residency. They're telling you, bitch, you're a part of us, motherfucker. You're just living in that state. All your shit comes to us. Fuck what you talking about. That's basically what they're saying. You just reside in that state. You're not of that state. That's why the Constitution states that we can do this shit to you under A, B, C, D, D, and E, and E, and F, and F. But when you start saying, the bitch, no, I'm not what the fuck you saying, prove it to me, bitch, or shut the fuck up. It's all contracts. That means it's voluntary. I didn't ask you for this shit. And that's another thing. Get in all the shit we asked for. And now you got all the other shit. That's a part of what? Oh, it's a part of state. No, it's not. That's federal, man. It is what it is, man. It's a way to generate income. Why? People are like, wait a minute, no. I told somebody this shit about the traffic shit. Like, no, it's because the state, that's why we have state driver's license. And then, the driver's license, how could it be federal if I could be in New York State, I get a ticket, it's not Florida, it's not there. You dumb motherfucker, they all attached to a social security number. That's not from the state. That's from the federal government, who has programs and social constructs inside the states for your dumb ass because you don't know and you're a resident traveling to a foreign fucking country. That's why you got a goddamn driver's license. What? There's no law saying you gotta have ID. What? Where's it all coming from? Bitch, you're in a foreign country. I think all the states have a constitution because they're different states, aka countries. When you learn the law, you see it clear, right? So what do we got? Man, we got so many case laws. We got, we all know the Dred Scott case. You got United States versus Wong Kim Ark. You got a Foreign versus Rusk. You got Davis versus Davis. You got Santos versus Rowe. Perez versus Borno. Elk versus Wilkins. I mean, so many fucking cases. These are all in my notes. You know, these are all in my motherfucking notes. Why? Because this is shit that we need to understand and know. Simple and plain and simple. That just they shows you the reason why I like that, because it shows you the difference between a U.S. citizen, state citizen. You know, they want to teach you. They got all these other fucking people to teach you to be this. Oh no, you need to be this, and you need to be that, and you need to claim this, and you need to claim that. What? Man, that's that gobbledygook. That's that gobbledygook shit. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to do something real quick. God damn it. No, I don't want to do that. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Oh my God. All right, I just got to do this. Hold on, guys. My phone's glitching out. My other phone glitching. Let me know if we're still good. All right, we're going to do that right there. Let me know if we're still good. So yeah, so that's why we're residents. Residents. That's where I was at. Residents. Are we still live, guys? See, I notice when I talk about this shit, the shit drops off. Like people drop out. People drop off. This is just too much. Oh, I need my truther. I need my truther pills for today. I can't deal with real truther pills. I need my truther pills. Shout out to you guys that stay. Shout out to the guys that watch this. Shout out to you guys that go research this shit and actually want to learn this shit. Might be too fucking late, but hey, it is what it is. Better to know than to not know. All right, thanks. Better to know than not know. But so resident is a person who is a citizen of a foreign country. Ain't that crazy? Resident alien is a person who is a citizen of a foreign country but has established resident in another country in a legal context. Such person has a right to reside and work in a host country, but they are not granted full citizenship rights. This concept distinguishes between citizens and foreigners who are allowed to live in a country but do not have the same rights or obligations as citizens. The term alien refers to anyone who is not a citizen of the country in question, and resident specifies that the person is living in the country for an extended period as opposed to just visiting. Hey, it is what it is, man. And it has it right here. Resident alien state citizens and U.S. citizens touch on complex issues surrounding citizenship, state versus federal jurisdiction, individual rights under the Constitution. Right? Resident alien state citizens. What? What is that? Right? They want to tell you foreign nationals residing in a particular state, U.S. state, thereby coming subject to the laws of that state, but not necessarily citizens of the United States. However, that term state citizen is not typically applied to a resident alien, and the notion of citizen usually implies certain allegiance or legal bound, which foreign nationals do not have with the United States. U.S. citizens, they are individuals who have citizenship under the 14th Amendment. Well, a state citizen does not have citizenship under a 14th Amendment, and that bullshit doesn't apply unless you apply for it. All right. It says the citizenship affords certain privileges and immunities. This is what the U.S. citizens. These are individuals who have citizenship under the 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. This citizenship affords certain privileges and immunities under both federal and state law, as well as why don't they never mention the state constitution? If it's under state law, why the fuck doesn't it say the state constitution? Both federal and state law, what are you talking about? Well, because the U.S. Constitution accompanies most of all the states' laws in there. So they're like, oh, we'll just leave this over here. When reality is they're keeping you away from understanding the state and the power that you got in it. Because all these programs are set up through the federal government. Think about that. The people created what? The state. The people created the U.S. government. They don't want you to know that. They don't want you to know that you're a people. You're one of the people. They want you to be a U.S. citizen. They don't want you to be one of the people. Because then you're free. Then you got freedoms. Exactly, Barack. Domicile and residence. Exactly. Big difference. Residence means you're a resident, means you're not a part of that state. Okay? Simple and plain and simple. That's why they got the post office. That's why they deliver the mail through the mail. And it comes to your fucking address, which is under federal, right? What? The state mail don't come to you. It's federal. Federal offense if you fuck with the mail, not a state offense. Post office. Oh, that's federal, ain't state. All right, let me see what else we got. There is a significant case law that addresses the distinction between state citizenship and federal citizenship. This is primarily explored in the context of U.S. citizens rather than foreign nationals. So check this out. Okay, obviously we got Dred Scott. This is all the shit they want you to fucking be looking at, right? They don't want you to look at the differences between citizen and state citizen. The same thing. You know, this is the reference that I have that I'm reading to you, but I read through the bullshit that they don't want you to hear, right? And one of the bullshit is it says right here, there is a significant case law that addresses the distinction between state citizenship. This one is I got more. They just put this under the Dred Scott case, the one they always talk, which they don't want you to know the difference between a state citizen and a U.S. citizen. So they mask it, they throw bullshit words on it, but you got to go all the way back. When you look at something like this, never take it and read it. No, keep reading about the Dred Scott case. Go back to the language of 1857. Don't take no reference from right now. Definitely don't take no fucking AI fucking references. Don't. Go back. Go back and look at writings from those who wrote about the Dred Scott. Go look at case law studies of the Dred Scott case from 1857 and beyond. That's where you get your real knowledge from, because they're explaining shit in there that they'll never explain these days, over 100 years later. Think about it, 1857. You're talking 100 and fucking, I don't know, how many years is that? $167 fucking years ago, guys. That damn near ancient knowledge. Like what? 100 and fucking something years ago. You can go look up writings and shit'll be in cursive. You know, hey, why you think they don't want you to read cursive? Hint, hint. They know we were coming to an age where we want to learn and know and understand. They can't have these little young sharp motherfuckers going back and reading goddamn cursive. No, don't teach them cursive. We need to hide history because we're in a time where things could be changing. Yep, that's where we at. That's where we at, guys. Anyways, listen to this shit. See, this was dope. Listen to this. Dred Scott case, right? Versus Sanford, 1857. It was overturned by the 14th Amendment later, right? This case addressed the issue of state versus federal citizenship and determined that African Americans, whether enslaved or free, could not be U.S. citizens under the Constitution at that time. It highlighted It highlighted the distinction between state citizenship and federal citizenship, an issue that was clarified after the Civil War. What that means, right, is when you go to the Dred Scott case, right, and I'm not going to read all the case, but if you read deep into it, it's going to let you know how they, in that time, hold on. Exactly. And most teens can't read cursive. My phone ain't loading. Right? The U.S. Supreme Court stated enslaved people were not citizens of the United States and therefore could not expect any protection from the federal government or the courts. The opinion also stated that Congress had no authority to ban slavery from a federal territory, right? Now this is a long. I don't want to read this whole thing, right? But it said that it stated that enslaved people were not citizens of the United States and therefore could not accept any protection from the federal government or the courts. Right. The opinion also stated that Congress had no authority to ban slavery from a federal territory. The decision moved the nation a step closer to the Civil War. The decision, Dred Scott versus Sanford, considered many legal scholars the worst ever rendered by the Supreme Court, was overturned by the 13th and 14th Amendment to the Constitution, which abolished slavery and declared all persons born in the United States to be citizens of the United States, which created more fucking slaves, right? Think about that. Think about that. Now, when you get into this case, right, it blows your mind. You gotta pick apart this case. The reason why I want to use this fucking case is because it states right there, right? It states right there that enslaved people were not citizens of the United States. But what were they, right? They were property at the time of somebody, right? And they could not get no protection from the federal governments or the courts. That was just jurisdiction. Because you remember the states were around before the federal government. All right? State was there first. And also, Congress had no authority to ban the fucking slavery in the federal territory. What was federal territory? Well, at that time, the United States formed. So that was federal territory. But they had no authority to ban it. Why? Because the state had the power. Crazy. Read that case. I mean, it'll blow your mind, but you got to go to probably the fucking National Archives site that breaks down the old literature, right? So, okay, here goes another one. Check this out. This is called Ephraim versus Rusk. In this case, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that U.S. citizens, remember, U.S. citizens, we're talking about U.S. citizens, state citizen, resident aliens, all that shit. Okay, U.S. citizens cannot be deprived of their citizenship involuntary. It reinforced the distinction between U.S. citizenship and any form of state or alien residency. Think about that. What are they talking about? Alien residence, state residency? What is all this? This is just showing you the distinction between a U.S. citizen, state citizen. Who's a state citizen? What? Who's a state citizen? You never hear that term. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Texting somebody. Sorry about that. Spells are written in cursive. Yeah, you already know. Yeah, it's a lot on that. I'm gonna do more videos on this shit. I'm gonna be breaking shit down. I'm gonna do more videos on this stuff. But again, like why do they have this term state citizen, right? And it goes back to sovereign citizen. They don't want you to know about it. And they showed us during COVID that the states had the power. They couldn't do shit. They showed you during the George Floyd fucking riots. They couldn't do nothing. All they were doing was showing you that the federal government really has no power here. Only in DC. They ain't got no power in this bitch. Power is in the states. And who's in the states? The people. The people are the power. We the people. We the people created the state. Right? Man, this shit is crazy, man. U.S. citizens are federal citizenship. That's what it is. So by us being U.S. citizens, we're under federal citizenship, defined by the 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. What? U.S. citizens have rights under federal law and U.S. Constitution, including privileges and immunity clause, which protects certain fundamental rights from state interference. Why would the state? Wait a minute. Why would the state want to interfere with? Why would the state want to interfere with any? Wait. What? Let me back up. U.S. citizens have rights under the federal law and U.S. Constitution, including privileges and immunities clause, which protects certain fundamental rights from state interference. Like, why would the state want to interfere with my life? State interference. Okay. All right. Okay. They said state interference. Okay. I'll take that. Right? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Hold on 1 second, guys. Keep it warm. Keep it warm. Hold on 1 second. Gotta do something real quick. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, guys. I got a lot of notes here. Forgive me. Never took a note in school, but after, that's all I did. Okay, hold on. Where are we going? Okay. They say without state interference. Okay? Interference. Right? To interfere. This is what they say. I don't make this shit up. These motherfuckers says U.S. citizens have rights under federal law and the Constitution, including the privileges and immunities clause, which protects certain fundamental rights from state interference. And this is like what we all know. It's like, wait a minute. What is state interference? This shit people just fucking forget. Don't even pay attention. Interference means to act in a way that impedes or obstruct others. And then it says to enter into concerns of others. Oh, now I get it. State interference. So that means, wait, so the state can't enter into the concern of others. Who's the others? Well, the federal government. Plain and simple, plain right there in front of our face. They don't lie. They're saying, bitch, you're our slaves. We own you. And the state, should not interfere. All right. State citizenships, state citizens. The term historically, right, this is what they're saying, referred to as individuals who were considered citizens of a particular state under that state's constitution and laws. What? Oh my God. Don't go read your state constitution. Don't do that. Stay away. Forget about that. U.S. Constitution. Right? U.S. Constitution. That's what you need to know, right? Prior to the 14th Amendment of the United States, U.S. citizenship and citizenship were often considered distinct. Oh, whoa. What happened? They just went away? No, they stopped telling you about it. They don't want you to know. They don't want you to know this shit. They don't want you to know where you domicile at. What? After the 14th Amendment, U.S. citizens automatically became state citizens in the state where they resided. Thus, two forms of citizenship are now closely linked. Like, wait a minute. I ain't tell them to do none of that shit. Y'all didn't either, neither did your great-grandparents or your grandparents or whoever the fuck. Nobody told you, whoa, where they get this power from to exercise this shit from, right? What? Think about it. Thanks, No More Kings. It. What? After the 14th Amendment, U.S. citizens automatically became state citizens in the state they resided. Thus, were now linked. Wait. Citizenship and state citizens were often considered distinct. Whoa, why were they? Well, because they're not telling you, and when they come and tell you after the 14th Amendment, U.S. citizens automatically became state citizens in the state where they resided. Wait a minute, there's two states. What? There's two fucking states. You're residing into the federal state, under the federal territory. Well, there's another state. That shit don't apply to you. You are a part of the people. And you are, guess what, guys? A sovereign citizen. Ain't that crazy? You go show this to the fucking gurus, the motherfucker do a backflip. They start jumping up. No, I can't tell my people that. It's not an oxymoron. It actually is the fucking truth. We are sovereign fucking citizens, man. But we got to come correct with not no sovereign citizen garbage that we create out of our ass talking about something. We from God, we're Christians, and we're bleeding Jesus and all this stuff. And no, bitch. Do what they said. Use what they got out there. Use what they create. It's a game. Don't go playing poker with fucking Uno cards and you got a full fucking house going, and then you want to bring a draw 4 in the fucking game. Are you stupid? You got a fucking royal flush, bitch. Game over. But then you decide in your mind that you want to bring a draw 4 and lay it down with your royal flush. Like a bad. You going out the casino head first, you dumb bitch. You had a royal flush, and now you got a draw 4. What the fuck is wrong with you? Get your ass out of it. Don't ever come back to the casino. And that's what these truther gurus out here be doing. Surprise, their own term, citizen, is one of the sovereign people, a constituent member of sovereignty, synonymous with the people. Bitch, you're not a citizen. You're one of the fucking people. You're a man or a fucking woman. That's it. It's crazy, man. It's fucking crazy. Like, this is the shit we could learn, right? And then it says slaughterhouse cases, right? 83 US 16 wall 36 1873. You got to go back to the 1800s to get this information, guys. It says this set of cases clarified the distinction between federal and state citizenship after the passage of 14th Amendment. The court ruled that privileges and immunity clause of the 14th Amendment primarily protected rights associated with U.S. citizenship, not state citizenship. This case limited the scope of rights protected under the 14th Amendment and reaffirmed that state citizenship and U.S. citizenship can involve different sets of fucking rights. What? No, your truth guru is not going to tell you this shit. They're going to tell you sovereign citizen shit is bullshit. Follow this process. Create this fucking shit. You know, do all this other shit. Run around rat race for 10 years. And then when you get into these systems, they fucking laugh at you. And of course, like, haha, you stupid fuck. You're almost there, but you're not. So we're going to just drag you along and just do whatever. We're going to create YouTube channels, let them get billions of views, talk about sovereign citizen verbiage. When actually, these motherfuckers are talking the truth. They just been guided the wrong fucking way with the wrong fucking processes. When it really ain't no processes, bitch, but I am free. According to your own shit, okay? I am free. All right? And there's another case, right? United States versus Crewenshank, right? This case further clarified that certain rights, such as freedom of assembly and the right to bear arms, were protected from infringement by the federal government, U.S. citizenship, but not necessarily by state government, state citizenship. It held that the Bill of Rights applied to federal, not state action. Read that case. That'll blow your fucking mind. That was in 1876, right? All these cases are just, read them. They got jewels all in. Be like, God damn, I thought like Dred Scott case. Oh, people take that case and think it's some other shit when reality is the truth is screaming at you. It's like trying to come grab you. It's trying to come grab you out of your trance, right? Okay, check it out. Twining versus New Jersey, 1908. This case dealt with the application of the Fifth Amendment's protection against self-incrimination. The Supreme Court distinguished between rights that U.S. citizens have under the federal Constitution, and the rights may vary dependent on state laws. Why don't y'all say the fucking state constitutions? They said state laws. Well, you can't have a state law without a state fucking constitution. They don't want to tell you this in their own fucking writings. And it said it reinforced the idea that state citizenship is defined by the laws and constitution of individual states, whereas U.S. citizenship carries federal protections. Hey, it ain't me saying this shit. That's what they're saying this shit. And when I look at citizen, it says one of the sovereign fucking people. It just is what it is. It don't get more clear than that. You don't got to tell me anything fucking else after that. So, hey, man. And then here's another one. This is to show you. This is Coley versus Smith. The case underscored the notion of state sovereignty, emphasizing that U.S. citizens are also citizens of the state where they reside. Boom, they put it in there right in front of your face because we know residing means resident. So they're a federal creature of whatever they created that's in the state. All right. So after that, it says, and states have the authority to define certain aspects of citizenships and right within their borders. Oh my God, this is what they don't want you to do. Your power is coming from the state you reside, not these federal motherfuckers. But you could use both constitution to bring forth your fucking rights. And the reason why I never really want to go deep into the states and all that shit, because people watching, I'm going through shit. So I don't want to but I'm way ahead of years of researching and understanding this shit. So you know what? I ain't even worried. But somebody pissed me off, So I was like, you know what? I need to just start, just dropping the shit, laying it all out there, you know. So think about that. And I'm just giving you the blurb of the case law. Read the shit. It'll blow your fucking mind because it goes into great detail. Coley versus Smith, 1911. This is the one. This case underscored the notion of state sovereignty. What? Underscore? Y'all know what underscored means? I mean, think about that. Think about that. Think about that, guys. I got to pause because it's just so mind-blowing. So mind-blowing that it's right there in front of our face. They showed us through COVID, showed us through the Floyd riots. Who's the fucking power? State. And unfortunately, they're about to destroy this bitch, and the states are about to go full bog out. They're not going to let the people come back into power. No, they're going to create a crisis to where now the governor is a dictator. And now when you try to, oh, no. No, you don't have rights because guess what? We're going to do what the federal government's been doing is suspending. We're going to do emergency order declarations. The reality is they can't. But you start looking at these constitutions, so much shit has been repealed and all kinds of shit been put in place, taken out. But it doesn't matter because that is the legislators. This is the other thing. The legislators are doing that. They don't have, if the legislator did not come back and it's all agreements from the people, right? Then it's moot. It don't exist. That's what they don't want you to know. All your power is already fucking here. Legislator can't just do this shit. It don't work like that. You can't. You can what do they do when you can redact it. It's still there. All they're doing is a redaction because it didn't come back from the people and the power. Legislator did that. See? Okay. Back to that one case. It's really only 7 fucking sentences. Right? I mean, 7, only 7 fucking what are spaces in the fucking whole sentence. It's one sentence. This case underscored the notion of state sovereignty. Whoa. Underscore, guys. Underscore, right? Means. Think about this shit. Underlined. Emphasizes, right? Think about that. Drawing the line, right? Drawing a line, draw attention, facts, Said it underscored the notion of state sovereignty. And it emphasized that U.S. citizens are also citizens of the state where they reside, and states have the authority to define certain aspects of citizenship and rights within their borders. So why the fuck are we ain't pulling out state? Right, you're right. You're right here. Think about it. And people were doing this in the state, and they had to come out and retract that shit. Think about that shit, man. Crazy. So if the state, think how important this is. States have the authority to define certain aspects of citizen rights within their borders. If the states got the authority, then they have to be under the will of the people to protect their fundamental rights. Because the people are what, guys? Sovereign. What? The people are sovereign citizens of the state because the state can't have sovereignty without sovereign fucking people. We've been tricked. We've been tricked, man. You can't, a motherfucker can't walk around and say, being a U.S. citizen, talking about something, I'm one of the people. Nah, well, you can say that, but you got to bring that shit forth. And you can't, and this is the thing, guys, you can have all their shit. When it comes down to dealing with these people, you could tell them, look, I just got that to maneuver through your fucking system. I'm one of the fucking people. When you know the game and they know you know the game, they're not fucking with you. Because they would have to put in there, if they're in litigation with you, they would have to prove what you're not saying and put that into evidence. And if that shit becomes public, whoa, nilly. That's why they'll just let your ass be the fuck free. Because they don't want to, they got the burden of proof would have to be on them. Because if they're the one that's complaining, they're the complainant, right? The burden of proof is on them. You come back with, this is what I am, they got to disprove that. You can't ignore that. This is where you win. You know, you can't come talking no off the wall shit. You got to show what you are under their laws, under all the laws of the land, of the state, of all that shit. Once you do that, man, they ain't fucking with you. Because now that shit, no, this shit is on record. Fuck, we got to get this motherfucker clean the fuck out of here. Because they're not going to violate their law. They don't violate laws. Okay? And there's more, guys. There's fucking more, man. There's more. Stop fucking with these, you know, these black law dictionary fucking gurus that don't know shit about nothing. It's way deeper than that. Okay? And they're like, oh, you're a sovereign citizen. Oh, and the guru like, you're fucking that. I'm like, no, bitch. What the fuck are you talking about? Citizens are sovereign. They're one of the people. I gave y'all the definition. Fuck y'all talk. Y'all keep denying and keep talking all the stupid shit y'all want. And that's the reason why y'all go through what y'all go through. Simple. I just sit there and, you know, I might go in there today and do some my bad. Overheating issue. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna read a couple more things and we'll wrap it up. It's good, Kenny. Let me see. Okay. Check this out, guys. Another case law. F. Royum versus Rusk, 1967. This case clarified that U.S. citizenship cannot be involuntarily taken away. All right. It highlighted the importance of U.S. citizenship and affirmed that individuals retain their federal rights regardless of state actions. It reinforces the prominence of U.S. citizenship over state citizenship in legal matters. What? What that? What that? You read that? If I'd have read that 5 years ago, like, what are they talking about? They don't even make sense. We didn't even look at a court case like this. Like, what? The case clarified that U.S. citizenship
cannot be involuntarily taken away. It highlighted the importance of U.S. citizenship and affirmed that individuals retain their federal rights regardless of state actions. It reinforced the preeminence of U.S. citizenship over state citizenship in legal manners. Why? Well, because state citizenship would take you out of federal jurisdiction under state jurisdiction. And if you pull out a state constitution, they're fucked. Because you become one of the people, right? That created the U.S. Constitution. So this shit is wild, man. Now, this is 1999. Saenz versus Roe. 526 U.S. 489. If I give you the names, you can go look this shit up yourself. 1999. The court ruled. Am I still live? Because it dropped down. I know this is boring shit. This ain't your average truther. You know, this ain't your average truthed verbiage. Like I said, nobody wants to talk about this. We already know. This ain't, in the truther realms. People don't really give a fuck. People don't care. People don't want to know. People don't care about people don't care about the real truths. So let me know if you can still hear me. Because I'm going to read these last couple and I'm about to get up out of here. But shout out to all the people that stay. Shout out to the people that give a shit. Shout out to the people who want to learn and know. Like I said, I think I'm going to do some more stuff on this while we have only a few days left of a functioning fucking society. All right, thanks, Cut. Thanks, Brock. Appreciate it. So, Saenz versus Roe. The court ruled that the 14th Amendment protects the right to travel between states and to be treated equally as a citizen in whichever state a person resides. What are they talking about? The ruling emphasized the unity of U.S. and state citizenships post 14th Amendment, making it clear that states cannot discriminate against new residents by imposing different standards for welfare and other benefits. Oh, they don't want the state, this is all federally controlled, right? So you got to keep the states in line by giving them federal money, they work together. The state corporation works with the federal corporation, but ignores the state. What? Because the state embodies people, not U.S. citizens, not citizens. The state embodies citizens of the state, which are sovereign citizens. What? They don't want you to know this. I wish anybody would debate me on the sovereign citizen shit, because I would just completely shred it open like I've been doing. I've been doing that over on Yusuf L's fucking group. All these people over there, just destroying. And he stays quiet. He stays quiet. I gave him the source and he ain't respond. And I get it, he busy, but I gave him the source. He ain't respond. How you gonna respond to that? You do videos on sovereign citizen shit. Like what? It ain't an oxymoron. I thought it was an oxymoron once too, till I went back and studied. And then once I went back and studied, I'm like, oh shit, they want us to stay far the fuck away from knowing this. Is this a gatekeeper like everybody says? Yusuf L a gatekeeper? I don't think so. I just think he's kind of misinformed. But then, then I question a lot of stuff. But it is what it is. I don't know for sure. But how you can know all this shit and not stumble across that term that I got? You claim you got all the law books. Well, why not this one? And I get it. That book is hidden and not talked about. So, but think about it. The state ruling emphasized that the unity of the U.S. and state citizenship post 14th Amendment, making it clear that states cannot discriminate against new residents by imposing different standards for welfare and other benefits. 1999. The court ruled the 14th Amendment protects the right to travel between states and to be treated equally as a citizen in whichever state the person resides. Interesting. That's fucking really interesting. You better go start going read your state constitutions. You realize, goddamn, this is where all your protections and rights come from. All right. 14th Amendment. U.S. citizenship and state citizenship were treated as separate entities, with state citizenship often taking precedence. Where'd it go? It disappeared? No, still there. Post 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment unified the concepts of state and federal citizenship. Today, anyone who is a U.S. citizen is also a citizen of that state in which they reside. Rights associated with U.S. citizenship, particularly under the Constitution, are protected against infringement by both federal and state governments. There's where they're telling you, bitch, all your rights are protected from the federal government and the state governments. What does that tell you, bitch? You are a sovereign person, sovereign citizen, sovereign people, sovereign whatever, man and woman. You are inherently have all the rights. It is what it is. It's there. I can read that clearly. It says, rights associated with U.S. citizenship, particularly under the Constitution, are protected against infringement by both the federal and state government. What they're telling you is, well, the only way you can be a U.S. citizen is by being something first. So all these protections you have, right? They didn't go away because when the Constitution was created, it was created and said that it does not give or take any rights inherently that were already there. That's their words. It didn't take anything. It didn't give anything. So how could pre-14th Amendment disappear? No, it's still there. They want you to stay away from it. They don't want you to know you're a sovereign citizen. They want you to run from it. Look at it like it's stupid. It's a conspiracy theory term. Think about it. It is what it is. They say it right there. All these court cases prove that. And we could go into state cases, which are even more deep, because you can go into state cases where they ruled some good shit that they protected rights against the federal fucking government. You go into state laws and shit like that, state case laws and all that make it to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court has to rule that state was right in their decision. It's fucking mind-blowing, man. This is shit they don't want people to know. This is why I've been censored, because they knew probably that I was, this shit, hey, I've been censored since day one, But yeah, guys, so shout out to all you guys, man, for sticking around I didn't even mean to do a stream this long, but, every time I travel for long, while I'm moving through the cosmos and moving through information and just traveling, I literally did an entire loop. So much more always comes clear. So much more knowledge comes. And, I did a loop from New York to Texas to Florida, from Florida back to New York. Anytime I'm traveling through the space and time, so much crosses, it comes back with more understanding, more knowledge, more wisdom, more insight. And I got to give it to y'all. I give it to you guys, So shout out to all you guys. But, we look around, man, we could see that this is what they've done to us. This is what they have done to us. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to leave it off on, the Constitution of the United States. Constitution. I'm in New York. Okay. So, 1 second, guy. That's the shit they don't want you to know. And if you're in a state, study your state's constitution, you know. And you got to kind of like go through the now the constitution of my state, New York, right? Which my state is actually Colorado, and I'm about to go back to doing that. I put it on pause, but I was born in Colorado, so that would be the state that I'm from. That's the country I'm from. That's where I was born. Okay, that's the land that I was born on. Okay, so I'm doing a lot more on that. So I think that no matter where I go, that's where my citizenship should be. I was born in the state of Colorado, so I should be that's where I should be a citizen of. What the fuck am I a citizen of the United States? Why the fuck am I a resident of New York State or a citizen of New York State? Think about that. All right. And it starts the preamble. We, the people of the state of New York, grateful to Almighty God for our freedom in order to secure its blessing, do establish this Constitution. That means the people, if you're a people, okay, you're the people of the state of New York. All right. No member of the state shall be disfranchised or deprived of any rights or privileges secured to any citizen thereof, unless by the law of the land, or that land is the state of New York, or the judgment of his or her peers, except that the legislator may provide that there shall be no primary election held to nominate candidates for public office or to elect persons to party position or political party or any other parties. It was amended. We got to literally go back and pick this shit apart, right? Trial by jury, okay? Freedom to worship, freedom. Okay. The free exercise and enjoyment of religious profession and worship without discrimination or prejudice shall forever, it means forever, be allowed in this state to all humankind. Look at that shit. It don't say human being. Think about this shit, man. Think about I just talked to y'all about human being. This says humankind. Okay? That shit says humankind shall forever be allowed in this state to all humankind, semicolon. And no person shall be rendered incompetent to be a witness on account for his or her own opinions on matters of religious belief, semicolon. But the liberty of coexistence hereby secured shall not be so construed as to excuse acts of whatever the licentious, or justify practice inconsistent with the peace of safety. Basically, long as that shit don't infringe on anybody else. That's what the fuck that means. Habeas corpus. The privilege of writ or order of habeas corpus shall not be suspended unless in case of rebellion or invasion, the public safety requires it. All right. Amended by Constitutional Convention of 1938, approved by vote of the people November 8th, 1938. Okay. This is why New York State, believe it or not, is looking the way it does. Habeas corpus. The next one, bail, fines, punishment, detention of witnesses. Excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor shall cruel and unreasonable punishment be inflicted, nor shall witness be unreasonably detained. Grand jury protection, certain enumerated rights, duty of public officer to sign waiver immunity and to give testimony, penalty for refusal. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime except cases of impeachment and cases of militia when an actual, it goes way up here, service in the land of naval force of war, which the state may kept this in the Constitution of Congress in time of peace, and cases of petty larceny under the regulation of the register, unless on indictment of a grand jury, except that a person held for action or grand jury upon a charge for such offense other than permissible by death or life imprisonment without the constitution of district attorney may waive indictment by grand jury. Okay, let me go down. No person will be subject to be tried, double jeopardy, all the same shit. This is why, right? This is why New York State is the way it is now, because they're going by this. But the people, we know what's going on, right? One, habeas corpus, that means producing the body, right? Writ of habeas corpus, it's not suspended. So these things have been put in place, right, by the people that want to destroy it all. And then excessive bail shall not be required, okay? Because that's the law of the land. It's fucked up, and this is what they've done. But all they're doing is going back to the state constitution. It's a battle between federal and state, all right? And I don't want to read the whole Constitution. I may do it later. I may do another video later. But all this stuff you start reading, it's like, yo, what the fuck? And again, security against unreasonable searches and seizures. The right of the people to be secure in person, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable search and seizure shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons. The same shit that's in the Constitution of the United States. The right of the people to be secure against unreasonable interception of a telephone or telegraphic communication shall not be violated. Ex parte, other warrants, So think about that, man. Right here. This is why they want to do you as a sovereign citizen and think it's negative. Common law and acts of the colonial state legislator. Such parts of the common law and acts of the legislator of the colony of New York this is right now in the Constitution of the state, guys. As together did the law, form the law and said colony on the 19th day of April, 1775, and the resolutions of the Congress of the said colony and of the Convention of the State of New York in force in the 20th day of April, 1777, which have not since expired or been repealed or altered, and such action of the legislator of this state are now in force shall be and continue the law of this state, subject to such alteration as the legislator shall make concerning the same. But all such parts of the common law and such of the said acts are, or parts thereof, comma, as are repugnant to this Constitution, comma, and are hereby abrogated. What did I just read? Bitch can't tell me nothing. A motherfucker can't tell me a single goddamn thing on why they created sovereign citizen and why they're pushing the Constitution, because they want you not to look at your state constitution, because this bitch said common law right there. And acts of the legislator, it said right here, right fucking here, which have not since expired or been repealed or altered. Ain't nothing else to talk about, man. Ain't nothing else to talk about. This is why they want to keep you. But I gotta go, guys. Much love to you guys. I will talk to y'all later. And yeah, I'm gonna do some more on this. So yes, much love to you guys.
Something about you is different. Some kind of energy's messing with all the chemicals in my brain. Feel the temperature rising. That look in your eyes paralyzing. Forever you're never leaving my face. Heart is racing here now. Never wanna wait out. I want you right up to the end. Oh, you know what I'm feeling, even if it doesn't make sense. You don't have to guess. No, you're a minor. Something about you is different. Some kind of energy's missing with all the chemicals in my brain. Feel the temperature rising. That look in your eyes paralyzing. Forever you'll never leave in my veins. Hold me drifting here now. Never want to wait out. I want you right up to the end. Oh, you know that if you don't even have to guess, it makes sense. You don't have to guess. No.